Yes, I know it's been 2 solid weeks since I've dropped a video. Been waiting on some information to come through. Finally got it. Let's talk about the D to the A to the B, the DAB. What did we discuss in my last meeting with the DAB here at Prime? What's the future of DAB? Okay, guys? Well, let's get into it. I think you guys are going to be pretty happy. Thanks for watching. As we talked about in my first DAB video, DAB is a group of drivers that Prime, each driver can actually apply for it to come to the DAB. Prime selects these drivers, and you serve a 2-year term, which my term kind of got messed up because of COVID, so it ended up being almost 3 years. But you serve a 2-year term, generally 2 meetings a year in-house. They bring you in for 2 days, put you up in a hotel room. They and your trainees or your co-drivers, if you have one, feed you 3 meals a day pretty much, and I mean you're just well taken care of. But all of this is not a vacation. This is a reason the DAB is been created to allow Prime to hear from the actual driver firsthand. So guys, I know there's gonna be a lot of naysayers. Well, DAB does nothing, DAB does anything. Well, I'm about to try to change your mind on that. Robert Lowe's not going to spend thousands of dollars several times a year just to accomplish nothing. He's going to want to see results, I promise you. So the DAB group is a special thing at Prime. There's not many companies that do this and actually reach out to the drivers firsthand. Not only that, rotating them every 2 years. So guys, that being said, if you feel like you want to be on the DAB, as soon as you watch your Prime app news, they will announce when they're actually taking new applications. I encourage you to apply. Please apply to the DAB. And you'll go through the whole application process. It'll ask, certain things like why you want to be here, what do you want to see change at Prime. Guys, answer truthfully. Prime preaches on that transparency aspect. And let's talk about that for a second. So, there's a lot of misunderstanding between driver and Prime, driver and FM, driver and sales. This was brought up in the meeting. Guys, Prime preaches transparency. If you feel like you don't have an understanding about what's going on, or if you feel like you have some kind of built up animotic feelings towards your FM or sales or whatever, I invite you and advise you, because Prime will do the same thing. When you're at a terminal and your FM's there, your road assist advisor's there, sales is there, someone's on site, call them up, ask them, say, hey man, is it cool if I come sit up there with you for half a day, a couple hours, see what kind of process is going on? These relationships are key to your success. It's not about ass kissing or anything like that. It's about getting to know the system, how this system works, how Prime works. Okay, guys, go build these relationships. Go see what actually goes on behind those desks, behind those computers, and in front of those keyboards. See what's actually happening. And, do the same thing with your FM or sales or anything. Take somebody out to lunch in your truck. Let them see how you guys have to do this stuff. I mean, transparency is key. Getting to know these individuals and allowing them to get to know you is a huge thing. We're mobile. They're not. And also, speaking on that, think about it. My FM has over 100 drivers. It's a lot of people to keep up with. Me as a driver, I only have to keep up with one person daily, and that's him. So guys, remember that. Take that into account when you're thinking about how things are actually working up there. So, all right, now we come to the transparency part. Let's talk about things that DAB has done in the past, okay? Load choice came from DAB, okay? Manuka terminal came from DAB. Extra parking came from DAB. The app came from DAB. The Prime app came from DAB. So guys, it's not a waste of time at all. And we're gonna touch base on the load choice first. Let's talk about load choice, okay? Load choice has been in testing for in excess of 3 years. It's been in what they call beta testing. everybody is on it. And the reason everybody's not on it is because it's not a perfected system. By no means. Some people love it, some people hate it. I look at it as another tool. The reason that Prime doesn't have a load board for their lease ops, we're a contract company. 90% of our freight is contract freight. So we have obligations we have to fulfill to our customers. So keep that in mind, guys. They have to build this system around the obligations that they have set forth with their customers, which is your customers as a lease op, okay, and a company driver. So remember that, guys. We're representing Prime for these customers, and that's the reason we did so well during the pandemic. The height of the pandemic, March of 2020, and then on out, we did really well. There were almost 900 trucking companies that went out of business. I'm talking about fleets of 100 trucks or less, and Prime just kept going. So guys, there's a lot to be thankful for here at this company, and they continually strive to make it better. So Load Choice isn't going anywhere, and there's actually talks about them actually perfecting it, tweaking it, making it a little better for the drivers. And at the current moment, there's about 7 to 8% of the fleet on it, and that's kind of where they want to let it stay until they can actually get things in motion to where they can kind of tweak it a little bit better, make it better. We did go through several options of how to make it more driver friendly and driver accessible, and basically just driver likable. There's some things about the Load Choice that you know, we don't like, but there's some things that we do love as well. Basically, the way I look at it, as I said before, is just another tool. If you want to, ask your FM if you can be on Load Choice. If they have a spot open and they feel you're right for it, they'll put you on it. But remember, guys, it's not a fix-all answer. I mean, Load Choice is a huge deal, but it's also, I mean, you could pull 6 loads and you not like those loads, and you still have to message your FM, say, hey man, if you can, get sales to plan me because I didn't see anything I liked. And you might still end up with one of those loads you denied. Because remember, we're an obligation contract company. We have to fulfill these customers' needs. So, that being said, Load Choice isn't going anywhere, guys. It's going to be here for a while. They are trying to perfect it. They're looking into making it better. Now let's go to the Prime app. The Prime app is constantly being improved, constantly. Okay, and this is a big deal because Prime has actually engineered this whole app to be a one-stop shop tool for your daily trucking needs. Everything. Okay, so they are constantly improving it. Now, there's one feature on this app that I want to tell you guys about, and you may not know it. If you go into My Prime, okay, My Pages, I believe it is, go down, you'll see Ask D.A.B. Hit that Ask D.A.B button. You can ask the D.A.B committee itself certain questions and stuff like that that you may not know who to reach out to personally, or you can flip a switch and go to Ask Prime, and that will be redirected to an associate that will be able to get you the answer that you need. Even though your fleet manager is your first and foremost point of contact, you can ask them anything, and 9 times out of 10 they'll be able to point you in the right direction. This is a valuable tool, guys. If you don't feel comfortable asking a Prime in-house associate and you'd like to ask one of the D.A.B drivers, do the Ask D.A.B. But if you would like to get to an associate that will actually get you to that person for sure that you need to, hit the Ask Prime, guys. The reason Prime does this is because they care. They want to know what you think. They want to know how you feel. They want to know what you need from them. There's not a lot of companies that can do that. They could just give you a set of keys and say, hey, go, don't call us back. You know, they really do care, okay? And that's the whole reason for the D.A.B group. That's the whole reason for the constant improvements and the constant, you know, need to strive for perfection. And that's what they try to do. Is this company perfect? No. Is there going to be a lot of things you don't like about it? Of course. Is there going to be a bunch of things you do like about it? Yes. Of course there is. So guys, take it all in stride. I mean, believe me, it's not going to all happen overnight. And every single one of these meetings, they are constantly striving to improve your quality of life out here on this road. So whether you're on the road or whether you're at the terminals, they care, okay? Next thing that we're going to talk about is the terminals. They do have a new terminal that's opening up this month, Manuka, Illinois terminal. It is tanker focused because of the contracts they have up in the Illinois area. Everybody from the fleet is welcome, okay? And I'm going to throw up some stuff here, show you what the terminal is supposed to be laid out like. But guys, this is another part of Prime caring, okay? They've reached out to new customers, they've gotten these new contracts, and they went as far as to build another terminal for us. That terminal is another home away from home. I mean, guys, I can't tell you enough. I mean, if a company didn't care, why would they keep investing so much money into this? I mean, and these ideas stem from the DAB. I mean, this stuff, you know, everything from a ping pong table in Springfield to having the truck transfer stations to, I mean, just the list goes on and on, guys. So when you hear people say, oh, the DAB's just a joke, it doesn't get anything done, believe me, it is. I mean, and you look around at the amenities that we have as drivers and operators, and you can see that it actually matters. Let's talk a little bit about training. So guys, with the new FMCSA laws that got implemented in February of this year, you have to have a commercial driver, professional commercial driver has to have a CDL for at least a minimum of 2 years, okay, before they can actually train another driver to achieve CDL status. So guys, even if you haven't had your CDL for 2 years, but you qualify to train, TNT train for Prime, I encourage you to do so. Just take one training, one PSD, one TNT, PSD if you're available and you're eligible, take one. Just try one, okay? I know, and you may hate it. You may be like, ah, man, I just, you know, I want to get back that knowledge, but I don't want to sacrifice my space, and I don't like my truck not stopping at night, and that's fine. Just do one. Guys, we need you guys training. Prime needs you guys training. We need to keep this circle rolling. We crunched some numbers before the DAB meeting, and Robert Lowe is paying almost $250,000 a week just to have people sit. So if you're a trainee sitting waiting on a trainer, if you're a trainee that has just recently upgraded and you're sitting waiting on the process or the truck or whatever, believe me, Prime does not want you sitting. I promise you. They do not want to have to pay you to sit. That is not, it's not a good business model by any means. So guys, have faith, trust the system. They want to get you out there on that road. I promise you. So lack of trainers is not the only issue, guys. Let's talk about the trucks. Prime is doing their best to get trucks in. They've even went as far as to reach back out to Volvo again and try to get more trucks. They're doing whatever they can, guys. So trust me when I say this. At trailers as well, I went to a manufacturing facility to pick up a brand new reefer trailer, and there was like 30 sitting there waiting to be picked up, brand new trailers. So they are buying new trailers. They're buying new trucks. Same thing with flatbed. Before we left the DAB meeting, they had several new flatbed trailers come in. They're constantly reaching out to manufacturers. They're constantly buying equipment. They are doing their best. So if we're trying to get more trainers, we're trying to get more trucks, we're trying to get more trailers. Prime's goal is to not get you to Prime and have you sitting waiting on an instructor or waiting on a trainer or waiting to upgrade. They want to get you guys moving, I promise you. You have my word on that. So guys, if you haven't trained yet, you haven't instructed a PSD, you haven't trained a TNT, guys, I'm asking you, just do one. Just try it. I'm gonna post up some clips at the end of the video showing you the bonus programs and stuff like that for training and the revenue part of things a little bit for leasing company guys. It's well worth it. The money will come. Don't train just for the money, okay? Train because you want to help somebody get their best foot forward in the industry and you want to help them have that best first experience here at Prime. But I promise you guys, the money will come. So guys, I'm not going to drag the video out too long. These are just the main topics that we actually talked about. There's a lot of little stuff. Growth, getting more trucks and trailers, Ace Lease. We talked about Ace Lease a little bit. Prime and Success are hoping that within the next 10 to 12 weeks, we could start looking into Ace Lease possibly being back on board again. There's a lot of adjustments that's got to be made because of the market, the way everything just went crazy. And understandably, Prime and Success can't afford to take a loss by still selling trucks at the same rate they were. They can't afford to take a loss by having people buy those trucks, capitalize and sell them out on the marketplace for way more money and then leave Prime. We've got to keep those trucks here at Prime. We've got to make sure that it's fair for Prime, Success, and the operator. So there's a lot of cards at play there. So, and believe me, as soon as I know about Ace Lease coming back, you guys are going to know. I promise you, because that's what I'm excited for. 100% is Ace Lease. So, guys, take it all in stride. Prime is not a perfect company, but for them to have something like the DAB, that just speaks volumes in my book. It just lets me know that, hey, they do care. They care about what you think, they care about what I think, and they care about what that Prime driver next to you thinks. And if they didn't care, the committee wouldn't even exist. Robert Lowe and Prime do not have to spend thousands of dollars to do this twice a year, 3 times a year. They don't have to. They want to because they care. So guys, believe me, if you're part of the Prime family, you're part of something special. If you're coming to the Prime family, get ready, because there's a lot more to love than there is to hate. I promise you that. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Sorry it took so long once again to get back to you guys. I was waiting on some information before I posted, and like I said, there's a lot of things that I can't talk about, just for the simple fact that Prime hasn't set things in stone. The app is amazing, guys. I want you guys to utilize that app to the best of your ability. If you're not on load choice, ask your FM about it if you feel like you want to be on it. They'll see if they have a spot, and they'll see if it's right for you. And guys, just keep an open mind. Keep a lookout for that next improvement, that next level that Prime's taking us to, because it's a good company, man. It really is. There's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of versatility to do what you want to do, whether it's company, lease, own a truck, whatever the case may be. So thanks for watching, guys. Till the next one. Don't forget to watch the slides at the end of the video. If it's your first time joining the channel, please make sure to like, sub, and share the channel. Stay safe out there, guys. God bless. Prayed out.